Welcome back. It's summer and we're in the mood for surfing and sun, and there's probably no better place than the North Shore in Hawaii, a tropical setting best known for its massive waves, attracting surfers from around the world, as we saw in this week's episode, Blue Crush. The winter months on the North Shore see a concentration of surfing activity taking advantage of swells originating in the stormy North Pacific. Notable surfing spots include Waimea Beach and Sunset Beach, making the North Shore the perfect place for not only the Pro Bowl, but surfing lessons and romance. And indeed, the North Shore is considered by many pros to be the surfing mecca of the world. So much so that every December, the area hosts 3 competitions that comprise the Triple Crown of Surfing: the Hawaiian Pro, the O'Neill World Cup of Surfing, and the Billabong Pipeline Masters that was founded in 1971 and is regarded as the sport's top surfing contest. And we see what a big deal this truly is, because at the end of the movie, Anne-Marie was invited to join the Billabong women's surfing team, securing her place in the pro surfing world. And one of the famous surfing spots we saw in Blue Crush was the Bonsai Pipeline, the most famous surfing spot on the North Shore, and is consistently ranked one of the top surf spots in the world. And it is a prime spot for competitors due to its proximity to the beach, giving both spectators, judges, and photographers a great view. And many of those photographs we have seen of a surfer coming through a perfect pipe were in fact taken by professional photographers located at the Bonsai Pipeline in the North Shore. Also, as we saw in Blue Crush, Anne-Marie wipes out during her first heat of the pipeline, but she advances to the after narrowly beating pro surfer Kate Scarrett, played by herself, along with several pro surfers who have cameos throughout the movie, including Keela Kennedy, one of the first professional female surfers. Keela encourages Anne-Marie to ride the best wave of the day, and Anne-Marie rides it perfectly, scoring a perfect 10. Great job. And North Shore is known for its extreme high surf during the winter seasons, starting around early November and lasting into June or July. Now, typically waves on the North Shore swell to about 16 feet. However, during the peak of the surfing season, these waves can rise to around 40 to even 60 feet in size. And because of this extreme size and power, coastal erosion increases and can pose a great threat to homes along the shoreline. And that shoreline gave us such a great glance into what surfing is today. And compared to surfing culture as it existed in pre-colonial times, it is vastly different from when Captain James Cook landed on the islands in 1778. And at the time, Hawaiian royalty had ruled the ocean domain for hundreds of years, although the islands were not unified until the Kingdom of Hawaii was established in 1810. And at that time, society was divided into 2 social classes: the royal class and the commoner class. And the best surfing spots were reserved for royalty, while commoners were relegated to locations with smaller, less well-formed breaks. And I guess those are the breaks. At the time, the Code of Kapu assigned the proper length of boards to be used according to the status of the rider. Commoners rode boards 12 to 14 feet long, while royalty rode boards 16 to 24 feet long. And the worldwide diffusion of surfing from those Hawaiian roots began in the early 20th century when professionals began giving demonstrations in the United States, Australia, and New Zealand. And beginning in the 60s, surfing was spread further by devoted surfers, mostly from California and Australia, searching for new wave breaks in far-flung places. And a not so far-flung place here in Texas, about 3.5 hours from where I'm sitting, resides some of the best surfing in the world. Really. If you go to Waco Surf any day from now through about mid-December, you'll have as good a chance of running into a pro surfer as you might if you were casually wandering the North Shore. Waco Surf has become a word of mouth and Instagram sensation in the surfing community. Professionals swear that Waco has the best, or at least the most dependably good, waves in the world, because even though Texas resides on the third coast, the Gulf of Mexico, Waco itself is inland. So the owners of Waco Surf have created and built an amazing space that gives precision waves, precision pipes, the absolute perfect conditions so that anyone, amateur, professional, can surf for an hour and feel an amazing experience. So what the facility does is pumps out dozens of types of swells, mostly modeled after famous ones in the oceans, and they replicate these conditions. In a 1-hour session, surfers are guaranteed to catch at least 12 of them. Yes, 12. Whereas they might go days or weeks waiting for waves of that similar quality on the Atlantic or the Pacific. And owing to the waves' consistency and ocean-like feel, the U.S. surfing team has trained in Waco. In fact, Kelly Slater, both the youngest and oldest Surf League champion, pops over to Waco, Texas for visits. Bethany Hamilton, a former child prodigy turned pro who famously lost an arm to a shark attack off the shores of Hawaii, swears by the pool in Waco Surf. And Cruz Denofa, a 13-year-old shortboard phenom, says, quote, "I didn't think I was ever going to go to Texas. But now he visits Waco every year in between trips to Hawaii and Southern California." And Blue Crush brought the excitement of surfing to the big screen and showed us what girl power can accomplish. Whether you surf, if you surf, go ahead and give the subscribe button a hang 10 so you never miss anything. We have enjoyed bringing you our Summer Lovin' series, and up next, I cannot believe it, we are having a summer blockbuster sensation that happens to coincide with a holiday coming up. I wonder what that could be. You'll want to stay tuned. New episodes of the Real Relationships podcast drop every Thursday. New episodes of this show premiere every Thursday on YouTube as well. We appreciate our listeners, our viewers, our supporters. Thank you, stay safe, and we will see you soon.